If you've seen my upgrade video, you'll know that there are a number of different fuel tanks that you can purchase. You start off with a 9 litre and work your way down to the 3.5 litre. Ideally, you want that 3.5 litre fuel tank because it's the smallest and therefore the lightest, and in karting, weight is everything. That doesn't mean it's the lightest your kart's ever going to be though. 3.5 litres of fuel is still equivalent to roughly 3.5 kilograms in weight. You really, ideally, only want enough fuel in your kart to cross the finish line and not much more. You need a little bit of fuel in the kart as it crosses the finish line because you've got to theoretically have enough fuel for it to be tested by scrutineering afterwards. That's why the kart will run out of fuel on the line and you're disqualified from the race. You need to have enough fuel to get over the line, but only just ideally. So how am I going to go about achieving this? Well, let's take a look at Wilton Mill. There's an event finishing in an hour's time. I've not taken part in it yet. I do have the world record, but I've not taken part in this. At the moment, Chris Mack is leading the way on this one. Now, Chris is a former world champion. He's one of the best drivers in the game, and I've got ultimate respect for him. I'm going to need to do whatever I can to beat him. So I'm going to choose the right kart for this circuit. The Sierra kart class is a very capable kart. At 20.5 degrees, I'm going to need some medium warm tyres here. So with SK warm tyres, I'm choosing those. And then we're going to fill the kart up with fuel. Now I'm going to use the 98 octane of fuel, which is the best for the X30 kart. It's currently got some stock 90 octane, but I'm putting 98 octane fuel in. And I'm going to be putting 3.5 litres of fuel in this kart. So what we now need to do is work out how much fuel we're going to use on 3 laps of Wilton Mill. We're going to start this race and I'm going to zip it on straight to the end. You don't need to worry about what I've done here. I managed to bin it actually, which is why it's such a terrible time. But going back into the race, we're going to go through the setup and we're going to see that we've used 1.2 litres of fuel in 3 laps. So 0.4 litres of fuel per lap. From that, we know that we can definitely do another run, but not quite enough fuel to do 3 consecutive runs. It will run out around about 11.5 laps worth of fuel. So what I've got in mind then is that if I make a mess on this race, which I did, I can abort the race and have enough fuel to have a 3rd attempt at it. So what I've done here is I've come out of the race. You'll get this error message saying don't quit the race because it'll cost you money, and that is true. Don't quit the race unless you've got good reason to. But I've gone back in and I've got 1.5 litres of fuel left. That's more than enough for me to get 3 laps in of Wilton Mill and have enough fuel for scrutineering at the end. That means that I'm going to do my 3 laps, I'm going to spin it onto the end again, and we're going to set a time of a 2:16.414, which is just inside Chris's time. I've been able to do that through a combination of keeping it tidy and clean, but also because I've run the kart at an optimum fuel level, so it's as light as it possibly can be. It had about 0.3 litres of fuel left, which is good enough, and there you go, we've won the event. Now I'm not saying we do this on every single event, but you definitely do it for the big events, World Championships, European Championships. When there's only 0.1, maybe 0.2 seconds separating half a dozen drivers, you're going to look for every advantage you can get, and this is a good one. I'll see you next time.